Hey y'all, my name is Chantel. Thanks for stopping by. I wanted to go over how to freeform. It is pretty difficult to find instructions for freeforming curly mixed hair. When I did my freeform locks, there was no parting. I didn't twist my hair. I didn't palm roll. I didn't use any waxes. I pretty much just stopped combing my hair. When I was taking showers, I only washed my hair with Dr. Bronner's right here, and you can find this at any health food store. And I would rub it all over my hair in kind of like a circular motion so that it would make my hair tangle, because in the beginning of freeforming you want your hair to tangle, and what this soap will also do is make your hair very dry, and you're not going to want to use any conditioner in it at first because you want your hair to get really dry so that it does this. So when you get out of the shower, you're going to want to grab your towel, and what's really nice is to do is like circular motions with your towel. When freeforming your dreads, you never want to fall asleep with your hair wet because you do not want any sort of mold or mildew to accumulate in your new locks. When you get out of the shower, you're going to want to make sure that you, what's called popping your locks, you're going to want to make sure that you separate your dreads. This is pretty much the only manipulation you're going to do to your hair. You find two of the pieces of your hair where you feel like it's starting to separate, and you just pull them apart. And I like to do that when my hair is wet, because if you do it when it's dry, it can be kind of painful. So just be gentle and slightly pull them apart, and make sure you do that to every single dreadlock. If you don't do that, you will get what are called congos. This is a congo right here. These are two dreads that I didn't end up separating, and they turned into this little guy with two legs. I don't mind congos. Some people hate them, some people cut them out. I don't mind. I think it's pretty cool. I have a couple of them that I did not mean to have, but they're there, and I'm just going to embrace them. You will feel at certain points when you start feeling like you need moisturizer. When I started, I made my own. I use rose water, which you can get that at any health food store. Liquid vitamin E, and you can find that amongst the vitamins in a health food store. I put both of those into a dark glass bottle, because I hear it is best to have oils in glass. I usually fill up to about, about here with rose water. There you go. About here with rose water. And then, I do maybe this much with liquid vitamin E oil. And make sure before you spray it on your hair that you shake it up. And it smells great. It's not greasy or really heavy. So I'm about 6.5 months in on my freeform journey, and I can't believe it's been so long. And I'm really happy with how my hair is. It just took to locking itself so nicely. I couldn't be happier. I'd say like in the first 4 months of freeforming your dreads, just use a regular pillowcase when you sleep at night. Before I would use a satin pillowcase, but I feel like I would wake up in the morning from just using a regular, cotton pillowcase, and I would see that my hair had started to dread overnight. So every morning I would wake up and I would look in the mirror and I'm like, oh my goodness, I see them forming. And it was, I feel like it was like Christmas every morning, because I would see these rapid changes so quick. When I started hitting about month 4 or 5, the changes were less dramatic, but there was a lot of budding, which is, let's see, this is budding. I don't know how good you can see that. Let's see if I can find budding still happening. But basically, it's when your curl starts to like accordion in on itself. So you'll see some dreads that don't look necessarily pretty, like this is budding right here. They kind of like get these bumps on them, and you start to think like, what's wrong with my dreadlock? And there's nothing wrong with it. It's just doing this accordion effect in on itself to create the foundation of the lock. Like 4 or 5 months into my freeform journey, I started sleeping on a satin pillowcase. You can get that from Sally's. I'm sure you can get it on Amazon. Now that I'm like 6 months in on my freeform journey, I felt like I needed more moisture on my scalp because I found it started to get itchy. I have been using avocado oil, which you can also get from a health food store. And I just put it into a little guy like this. I don't usually like to put my oils into something plastic, but I find that this makes it really easy for me to put oil on my scalp. I just massage it in. Shea Moisture, Manuka Honey, Mafura Oil. It's a conditioner. Honestly, I would recommend any of the Shea Moisture conditioners. I was finding that my scalp was starting to get itchy about 5-6 months in, so I felt like I needed a little extra moisturizer. Well, I hope this has helped you guys. Please subscribe to my channel, Kickin' It Curly. Hit me up on Instagram at Kickin' It Curly, and let me know if you have any more questions or comments, and let me know how your freeform journey is going. Thank you so much, y'all. Love you.